guys, today we're doing Module 13, Lesson 5, Measure and Draw Angles Using a Protractor. So if you do not have a protractor, that is okay. In today's lesson, we do have pictures with protractors, so we'll just have to read the pictures. If you have access to a protractor, it would be a good day to play with that, okay? So it says, use a protractor to accurately and precisely measure and draw angles. Number one, Ricardo is a structural engineer who designs play structures. He wants to find the measure of angle EFG. So we have angle EFG right here, and they've taken that and drawn it on the protractor. So it says measure angle EFG using a protractor, and we have the picture. So it says find the vertex of the angle. So remember the vertex is right here. That is the period, the dot, where the two rays come together. It says place the center point of the protractor on the vertex F for the angle. So we see, here's the vertex right here. And we would line it up on that line. You see that the vertex is not at the bottom of the protractor. There's a hole in the protractor or a little dot, a clear window where you would see it. So see how it's right here, and there's a line right here? We would line it up on there, okay? B, align the 0 mark on the scale of the protractor with FG. So we're looking for ray FG. It's right here. So we have the vertex is in the little circle, the window protractor, and that is on the 0 line. And you would see a 0 right here on the protractor, okay? C, find where EF, so where ray EF intersects the same scale, read the angle measure on that scale. If the ray is not long enough to intersect the same scale, you can extend it. So if we have a very big protractor we're measuring, we would want to draw that line out longer, okay? And a lot of times we do have to do that. So you could draw the line out much longer. Okay, the first thing I want you to think about before we measure this, because on a protractor, you have from 0 to 180 going in one direction, and then in another direction, in case the angle was facing this way, you would read the protractor on the other side. So there's two sets of numbers that you'll read, but I want you to look at the angle and decide, is this angle acute, right, or obtuse? So we know that this angle is acute, so we want to make sure that we read the numbers that are less than 90 degrees, okay? So it says right here, we can see in the books that this is 0, around here is 10, 20, that's 30, and then it's a few degrees more than 30. So our angle is about 32 degrees. Our angle is about 32 degrees. On the next page. So number 2, Ricardo wants to sketch a new slide for the playground with the angle formed by the bottom of the slide and the ground measuring 38 degrees. How can he use a protractor to draw an angle that measures 38 degrees? Okay, first use the straight edge of the protractor to draw ray LM, then label it. So we have LM right here. So here's our ray. We want to line it up right here. So in the next step here, we have it lined up, LM. They've already labeled LM for us. The next part is use the same scale and make a point on degree 38 degrees. So this is 10, 20, 30. So it would be somewhere right here, okay? If you have a straight edge or a ruler or something, we would want to draw a straight line. So we're going to label that point K. So that would be K. And then use the straight edge of your protractor, if you have one, or a ruler to draw ray LK and label the ray. If you don't have a protractor, just try to draw a straight line, and it would look like that. So now that we have our angle, you can see that that is an acute angle. An acute angle would be less than 90 degrees, so we did make the correct angle. So it's an acute 38 degree angle. At the bottom, if you don't have a protractor, then you're probably not going to be able to do this page, which is fine. We can do number 2. If you have a protractor, then you can measure it. Or you can guess. So number 1, use a protractor to find the angle measure. So here's the angle, I'm going to highlight it right here. So right here, I'm doing it in red. We have that straight edge and this straight edge. So the first thing you want to do, is the angle acute, right, or obtuse? Okay? This is obtuse. It is more than 90 degrees. And if you do not have a protractor, so we know it's more than 90, but it's not much more than 90. So the actual measurement of this angle is 115 degrees. So if you guess something like 100, 110, you would have been close enough. Number 2, use a protractor to draw an angle that measures 65 degrees. Classify the type of angle you drew. Okay, so we know that this is a 90-degree angle, and if you don't have a protractor, that's fine. Draw what you would think would be close to 65 degrees. Okay, so it's going to be a smaller angle. So you might have drawn something that looks like this. Okay, and what type of angle is it? It is acute. So that is a right angle. So we knew that a 65-degree angle is less than a right angle. And that's it.